Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Tangled Skeins. I'm Sue, also known as Crafty Knitter 7. Today we are Saturday, September 16th, 2017. This is episode 215, and I would like to welcome new and returning viewers.
Hi, I'm Lynn, also known as Soul Baby. You can find us all over the damn internet. She didn't put it on the show notes
I don't do it anymore. It's everywhere.
She's like, you need to memorize that. I don't want to. We are on, I keep wanting to say Blip.
No.
We haven't been on Blip for a really long time. We're on YouTube, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on Ravelry, we're on Facebook, we're on our blog. We are Etsy, and I think that's about it.
That's it.
Sometimes you can catch us on Hangouts.
Yep. So, you almost had a foe.
I almost had a foe, but life got in the way. So I don't quite have a foe. A hoe, not a foe.
Sorry, hoe.
Yeah, I almost finished the first sock, but I didn't quite get there.
What is the first
So
sock?
I guess we're starting with the socks.
Yes, we are.
So, as you can, and I've been driving people on the bus crazy all week. Going like this. Yes, I really do love Jingle Bells. So,
Laura, just for you. Glad I'm not on her bus.
So this is Rob's 2017 socks, basically. He gets a pair of socks every year. This is this year's. And it's based on Stephanie Pearl McPhee's A Sock Recipe, A Good Plain Sock, out of her Knitting Rules book. I don't put it in the show notes anymore, so I have to think about it. Because I'm the one who didn't put that in the show notes. So it's
you should know that by now.
It's my basic sock pattern. I just do a 3x2 rib for his legs because he likes it. Apparently he doesn't like the 2x2 rib anywhere near as much. Because after, I think it was his second and third pair of socks, after the third pair of socks, he said, you know, they just don't fit like the first pair. And I'm like, they're exactly the same. So I'm looking at I took them out to show him, right?
They weren't.
And they weren't the same at all. Oops. And he was like, see, I told you they were different. And I'm like, ugh. So
the man knows his socks.
Next, he does. He does. And he hand washes them every time, and he wears them a lot.
And like I said, I think the last podcast or the one before, he came to show them to me.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like, dude, I watched her knit those. He's like, God, they're on me.
He does this every time he
encounters
a knitter.
And it's the way he does it. He's just like,
yep, he does the whole show some leg thing. And every time he encounters a knitter, he does this. He loves his knit socks. So he will continue to get a pair every year. Much like my father, which I need to get started on his soon.
Yes.
Gotta finish these first. So they are made out of knit picks. Stroll tweed. I was like, where is that written again? In the Lost Lake Heather colorway, and I use 2.5mm needles, which are US 1.5, and these are my cardinals, which are my second favorite needles.
What's your first?
High Sharps. I love those soft needles. They're great.
Yeah.
But these are pretty good too. Do you want to go or do you want me to keep going?
Go ahead.
Because I got a lot. I apparently found my knitting mojo but lost all my knitting time this week.
You got the mojo, just couldn't knit.
And the socks live in my Stitch Together 4G bag, which I love very, very much. And my little pumpkin needle keeper. I'm so stoked they had pumpkins at the grocery store.
There you go.
And somebody on the Instant Pot group was pointing out that they just put the whole pumpkin in their Instant Pot, poked a couple of holes with a sharp knife.
Done.
8 minutes. You cut it in half when you're done. Scoop the seeds out, scoop the stuff out of the shell. Done.
That'll be so easy for him to make some to freeze for his beer.
I plan on freezing all the pumpkin this winter. Because I didn't get any last year, and I was really bummed about it.
You were.
Super bummed about it. But my grocery store has them. They're expensive. They're 2 for $5, but...
Hey, better than none.
I'm talking about little pie pumpkins, not the big jack-o'-lantern thingies. So anyway,
so,
knitting.
Sorry,
yeah.
off topic of knitting again. Can you use those if you want to make your pumpkin spice latte with pumpkin puree?
Do they actually put pumpkin in a pumpkin spice latte?
No, the coffee shops don't.
Okay.
Some people who've been making at home have been doing that.
Well, yeah, it's the same
just
as
regular
canned pumpkin.
Okay, so I can not buy canned pumpkin. I can make my own.
Because canned pumpkin's bloody expensive, and it's not pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
Most brands use a mixture of different squashes and sometimes a little bit of pumpkin, but it's not pumpkin. which is why I make pumpkin pies with fresh pumpkins. Because one of the ladies on the Instapot group was like, "What? You make your pies with fresh pumpkin? I feel so inadequate." And I'm like, I just want it to taste like pumpkin and not butternut squash.
Well, and you have to add enough of the spice to make it taste like it's just not.
Yeah, I mean, my mom buys canned pumpkin and makes her pies, and they taste fine.
Yours are over the top because it's actually.
I get a kick out of doing that. I mean, that's my fun in the kitchen, is to get the raw ingredients and do it from the beginning to the end. Like, that's what I like doing. So it's not out of a sense of snobbery that I wouldn't eat a canned pumpkin pie, because I do. My mom makes them all the time.
And I just like the freshness.
I like to, if I'm going to do it, I want to do it this way.
Yeah. You like to cook from start to finish.
Yeah. I like all the processes, and like, I don't buy canned vegetables.
Kind of like winding your yarn into balls. You're like feeling
Exactly. That's exactly it. It's a process thing. I like that part of the process.
Because for years I'm like, why are you winding it by hand? She goes, but I get to know the yarn and the
I
feel
do.
of it.
And people think I'm crazy, but it's really an important part of the process for me. It's a detail that I find I miss when it's not there. So it's crazy, but it's me.
Yep, and it works. And it keeps you happy.
I think I'll explain it to Rob that way, because he often doesn't understand why I need to do stuff, like, because last time I was at his place, he has gotten a CSA box from a friend of his who has a farm. And he doesn't know what half the vegetables are. Every week he sends me a picture. What is this?
Well, there was a few we had to look up.
Well, they were spices. They were herbs.
Herbs.
That, like, and I felt so bad. I forgot the lemon verbena last time, and I was like, I want to keep that, but yeah, didn't get to keep it.
Well, yeah, explain to him like that, because to me it was like, why would you wind it when you can just do it with, and
I think he'd understand if I say, you know how you wanted to lace the wheel yourself rather than bring it to the bike shop and have them lace it? It's like that.
There's a reason she gave me her ball winder.
Yeah. And I don't like knitting from cakes because they get all tangled near the end. Well, they do when I do it anyway. Like when you're knitting from them and you get near the ends, because I knit from the center, not from the outside.
Yeah, I knit from the outside.
And so I've never liked knitting from cakes. I still have some cakes in my stash because I went on a winding frenzy at one point when I first got the ball winder. And I wound a whole bunch of stuff and then stored it before I found out that you're not supposed to do that.
If you want me to put them back into skeins, let me know.
Yes.
Anyway, so knitting and stuff.
Anyway, that's a little glimpse into my crazy personality. So I'm also, the sweater got a little bit of love. Sorry, as I'm facing completely away from the camera. The sweater got a little bit of love, and I meant to move my pumpkin over to here, but I didn't. So I might use that what's the little glass ball one that we got with the glitter in it?
Oh, it's from Tilting Planet.
Yeah, I might put that on here.
It's on my other project.
Because I saw it this morning when I was getting dressed, and I was like, I'll put that on something. It's super cute.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, I am starting to use progress keepers. Don't hold your breath. I can't guarantee it will always happen. But I got a couple of inches done because I was just done the seed stitch border, which is 3 rows. Last week when you saw this, and I was just doing the setup rows.
Hey,
so I have now done
at least 10 or 15 rows on there.
I have done, because the repeat is 6 stitches, so I've done 1, 2 and a half. So I've done about 15 rows.
Mm-hmm.
So you can actually start to see the cables now in the middle.
It is nice.
It's showing up a lot more red than it is. It's more of a browny red, but you can see the cables, and I'm loving it, and it's so easy, and I've already memorized the repeats, so I don't need the pattern anymore.
As you always do.
I have to make sure that I read ahead a little bit so I know when to stop.
Oh.
Because otherwise I'll just knit the whole back like this, and I'll mess something up, because I think there's waist shaping.
Oh, most likely, and you want it to fit you, so you might not do exactly
so
the pattern.
I may get a longer needle so I can see just exactly how long it is and measure it against my back to see if maybe I need to move up a needle size.
What size are those?
These are size 3s.
Millimeter?
Yeah, 3.25 millimeters, so it's a US 3.
Okay, so
it might actually be a bit too, I'm suspecting it might be too small.
Well, we can look through the needle thing after.
But I'm going to check while it's this size.
But you can't stretch it out.
No, what I'm going to do, if it's too small, is I'll rip this out and do it on a larger needle, and maybe a size 5. because I know I went down 3 needle sizes, remember?
Right.
And I'm not convinced.
To
So
get
I'm going to get a longer needle and measure it, and then I'll decide before I go any further.
Okay.
Because it needs to come to here
Yeah,
on both
exactly.
sides. So I want to make sure that it's actually big enough. Because I did gauge swatch, and I washed it, and I blocked it, but gauge lies.
Yeah.
Gauge is a dirty, rotten liar. So I'm thinking I suspect it's not quite big enough, so I may need to start over with bigger needles.
But do it
Which
now
I'm fine
rather
with.
than wait, right?
Exactly. Do it while it's only 2.5 inches of knitting, whereas, I could knit the whole back and go, oh crap.
So you'd want to try it on a 3.5?
Or 3.75.
Okay.
We'll see.
I'll pull both out. Excuse me.
And that is living in my gorgeous bag. Who was it again? I'm sorry.
Laura?
It's in there somewhere.
It's Laura from Knit for Brains podcast.
Right. Laura that we saw in Chicago.
Yes.
I remember who you are.
That's pretty damn awesome, Laura.
I know. I felt so bad last night on the VCAN. One of the girls was like, "Yeah, I got a picture with you last year at the Rhinebeck," and I'm like, "All right."
Well, I was like, remember the girls on the couch? She's like, yeah, the mother-daughter group. And I'm like, whoa.
I know. It was weird. They were memorable. And my candy corn on the inside.
Awesomely memorable, I might say.
Yes, they were.
I love their podcast.
So this is the Heart on Your Sleeve cardigan by Fiona Ellis. It is out of Knit Picks, and I don't even know what I did with the handwriting. It's not in here. Wool of the Andes. You did,
okay.
And I had it with my knitting, but I'm not sure where I left it. It's probably on my desk at home. Knit Picks Wool of the Andes Sport in Merlot Heather on size 3.25, which is the US 3. And it was in my lower bag with the awesome whole thing.
I know. I take some of those and put them on my keys.
I did that with the one from Freckled Whimsy, that alpaca bag. That's what I did with that one, and now I have to.
Do you remember the one you bought me in Elmont?
No.
Like one of the first years we went, it was one of those, and I had to have it, but I didn't have cash.
I vaguely remember where Elmont is.
You bought it first.
I thought about going to the Elmont Fiber Festival this year, but
I was just like, no.
So I've also been working on this beast because I didn't get it done in time for the baby shower.
Which is okay.
Which is fine, because she knows it's coming.
Exactly, and it's handmade, so if you don't get it done, people still appreciate it.
Oh my God, she was gushing over the handmade gift. So I got this square done over here.
Has she seen it?
No.
Okay.
Which is actually leftover from a blanket my mom knit for my dad.
I was going to go there, but that would have grabbed your boob. Not that kind of podcast.
It's acrylic, so it's not super soft.
But
I like the fact that I've got my dad's blanket in here. And I've got the blanket I made her.
Your dad's blanket?
My mom made my dad a blanket out of this.
Wow. That's kind of awesome.
So I've got some of that. There are a couple of other projects that are represented in here.
This one.
I think this is a sweater I made for Wyatt.
Okay.
The flax I made him. This was mittens I made for charity. This was the sweater I made my son.
That yarn just keeps on going, doesn't it?
This is also part of my dad's blanket. This is what we're doing here. Also
done?
my son's.
Are you done that yarn yet?
What
From the flax?
No.
Brown?
No. I still have another skein and a half. Anyway, there's a few projects represented in here.
Which is kind of cool. You should put little tags to say which ones.
Well, this one
So
was
she knows.
the blanket I made her.
Okay.
And the baby. So this is part of the. So this is the only one that's really shiny.
Mm-hmm. Well, except for the green.
Well, yeah, except for the one that has sparkle in it. I put that in because it was sparkly. And so I have the rest of this row and then one more row, and then I might do a log cabin thing around the edges. I might. I haven't decided yet. So that's what it's looking like now. It's about big enough for a baby, who is approximately the size of a small implant at the moment.
Oh.
She is approximately the size of an eggplant. She's due in November. Yeah, she's due beginning of November. My sister-in-law's due the end of November. So
my nephew's wife is due like November 2nd.
And my best friend is due in February.
Right.
So all the babies.
Well, I'm going to be knitting something for my physiotherapist because why not? She's pregnant and she's awesome. So whatever color she is wearing on Monday is the sex of the baby. That's how she's telling people.
That's awesome.
Yep. She's like, I'll be wearing a specific color.
So that's not living in anything. It just lives in this large bin of scraps in my house.
Yep.
And the last thing I'm working on, I'll show you the bag first.
God, I love that bag.
Sue was like, oh! And I was like, you can't have it. So it's teacups. Awesome. With this gorgeous yellow.
It just pops.
And on the inside, it's Crazy Cat Lady.
I love it.
No, that's not me. So this was made for me by Mandy, who is Mandy Pinecone Crafts Podcast. And I loved it. It's so awesome. I got this at, she gave them to us at the night before Tanya's wedding. We were all hanging out at Sarah's parents' house, and she handed these out. It came with tea and minis and other various stuff. So I was very happy, and it's super pretty. I love the fabric. And what I'm knitting, I figured I would grab a bag that a friend had made me for the test knit that I'm doing for a friend. There goes one of my needles. And I'm knitting, this is hilarious. I was on, can you grab that one? Yeah. Because this one doesn't work. I was on the podcast, I was on the VKM last night. And at one point I turned the lights off. And I started knitting with these. And the girls were calling them my lightsaber needles. I dropped this one on the floor and it died. These are light up needles. They're called Knit Lights that my friend Dara gave me about a decade ago. They're awful. They're the most awful needles I have ever knit with. They're blunt, very blunt tips, and the battery thing at the end is super heavy, so it's really a struggle to knit with them. You feel like you're tossing pasta as opposed to knitting. And they're like the squeakiest plastic, so they're really, really awful, but I love them, and I will never give them up. The worst part, I don't know if you guys can read this. See where it says number 6? Come on, you can do it. It did it for a second, and then it stopped. I don't know. Whoa, off screen. Anyway, it also says 4.25 millimeters. There's no such thing as a 4.25 millimeter. There's a 6, which is a 4 millimeter, and there's 7, which is 4.5. It doesn't fit in the 6. It slides right through the 7 with room to spare. It is actually 4.25 millimeters.
That is weird.
I don't know where these came from.
The land of odd needle sizes.
If anybody who follows me on Instagram will know why I'm using these god-awful things. I've lost my Ziploc baggie of Cirques. I'm not sure where it went, but I couldn't find it. So I went looking for, I actually happen to have a size 6 lying around that I had never taken out of the package. It was a red heart. I bought it at Walmart. And the first time I used it, I was about here when both ends popped off the cable.
Not one.
Both! I'm never buying red heart needles again. I mean, that's what I get for buying Walmart needles to begin with.
But hey, if it's what you can afford at the time.
Yeah, that was
by
the
all
thing.
means.
At the time, it was what I could afford, and I needed them for something, and it turned out that I didn't start knitting it until I was able to buy myself better needles, so I never ended up
Yeah,
using
I think
them.
I have like a 10 millimeter and a 9 millimeter. What are those? Because that was like, yeah, right at the beginning when I was knitting a dishcloth blanket.
We hate them, precious.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm using these, because they were the only size 6 straights I had in a pair. I had one other size 6 needle. I don't know where the other one went, but I know I used to have a pair, because I bought those.
So what did Sue lend you?
So Sue was like, what size do you need? So I told her.
So I took them all out of the
Hang on.
package.
Like I said, this is heavy. It will slide off of whatever you put it on. So So Sue just happened to have a set of size 6 signatures. So these signatures are coming home with me, and they will be put on this test knit.
I only have 2, 4mm and 4.5.
Yes.
So
And onto what the test knit actually is.
that will be nice.
This is the right side. It's interchangeable. Like it's good on either side. This is and I love the colors. This is the Yarn Twinsies shawl by Andrea, and I should have asked her how to pronounce her last name.
I don't know.
Andrew Holoweski Choate. I know the Choate part. She's the cat lady. She's Andrea the cat lady. So this is her shawl that she designed. I don't think she designed this one for Karen Cakes, but she designed it for her and Jen, who is Jen the Uncreative Crafter. I know I should be taking a drink right now. We're not going to play that game again.
No, because we've mentioned 3 already.
We talked about that last night on the podcast when we did the drinking game, and I was like, yeah, man, we had to pause to pee.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was rough.
And we were drinking tea. That was our name-dropping drinking game. So there are lacy sections, and there are garter sections, and the colors are beautiful. This is Geektastic Fibers Superhero Sock in the Genius Billionaire Playboy Philanthropist colorway, which refers to Tony Stark, Iron Man. Yeah. Because he calls himself that at some
Hence
point.
the color.
Yes, hence the colors. Look at this. It's gorgeous. Don't expect it to be super soft. I expect it to soften up with washing and blocking. But it's not very soft to knit with to begin with. But the colors.
And
wow.
stay tuned because we have a coupon code in case you want to go get yourself some.
Yes. And this colorway is amazing. So this is being done on 4.25 millimeters, which is not a US 6.
I just hope it doesn't change your gauge.
It shouldn't change it. Like,
yeah.
It'll block it.
Yeah.
Fine. Because it's only a quarter
Weirdest
millimeter.
thing ever.
Yeah.
That just weirds me out. And so do the needles and actual needles.
I'm thinking they're probably like Chinese or something.
Maybe.
Or
Oh, that could be because I bought a really cheap set of fixed circulars on eBay. And the sizes on the package were not in English, first of all.
Oh, I can change the batteries on these little buggers. See, they have a lot of old watch batteries in them.
Yeah, and then the size on the packages wasn't English to begin with. And when I did the sizing, it didn't match. So
well,
yeah.
Everything's in English. Use a G3A battery, which I don't think I can get anymore, but I'll check.
Dollar store.
But yeah, they're super kitschy, awesome needles that I've been having a lot of fun with. And it was funny last night because I turned the lights off and I was just canning with my lit up needles, and the girls were like,
Where'd Lynn go? Wait.
she's knitting with lightsabers! Which, yes, I totally was. So that's what I've been working on. I don't have any other whips. I'll shut up now that I've been babbling for 23 minutes.
Yeah, it is what it is. So in my bag from Laura is the shawl from Drea Renee Knits, who is Andrea Mowry. And this is for a friend of mine at work.
Right, I was like, didn't you finish that already? Yes, you did.
I did finish one. This is number 2. And if you remember, I knit a gray, cream, and black version for my daughter.
And this is why we don't stop in the middle of a deep freeze room.
No, and this is for my friend. And she posted it on Facebook, and all her friends were like, oh, I need one. And I'm like, nope.
Here's the pattern.
Not happening. So she bought the yarn. When I showed her Holly's shawl, she fell in love. And she's like, I want that. So I went and got the yarn. So I'm actually at the beginning of the color work. Can you see that? I can't look.
Yes, we can see it.
Well, there's the ball she was talking about. It's a ball. So, like I said, Renee knit.
Now I've got Bobby's voice in my head.
And this is knit in Cascade 220 in the colorways, and I have all 4 things in here, so I can actually tell you because I'm really prepared.
And she didn't put it in the show notes.
Nope.
The last time she updated the show notes for that particular shawl was when she was adding the red.
Sorry. I know I've got another one in here. Maybe not.
Well, you've got 1 listed.
I do.
2 listed.
So the green is color 1919, which is the green. The gray is they're all here. 1946. The red is 1923, and the teal or the blue green is 859.
They don't have colorway names.
I don't think so.
They're a bunch of bums.
That's why I wrote the colors so I would know.
Damn it. Cascade.
So this is knit on a size 5.5 millimeter, which is a US 9. And like I said, I just started the color work. I brought it to work the other day to show her, and she was like, I'm going to wear it everywhere. I'm like, well, don't wear it in the bath. And she's like, well, maybe not the bath. So, and these are my Luca needles. That's how Selma said to pronounce it. Luca.
Well, I knew that like was wrong,
mm-hmm.
but I couldn't remember how to say it.
And the other thing I'm knitting is my new fade, and I don't remember where I was last time we podcasted.
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
How far was I?
That part.
Really?
Yeah.
So, she says
She's
I
made
was
some
about
good
here.
progress.
Yeah. I'm getting really close to separating for the sleeves.
It's a good thing she sits closer to the microphone so you guys can go nuts with that.
So that's what it looks like. And with the suggestion of Selma and my friend Shella, I'm probably going to alternate skeins when I get into the round without increasing, because there is some slight pooling, which is fine by me. It looks great, but it could become a problem.
You just don't want it spiraling.
No, not like the last one, which a lot of people seem to like, but like one girl said, I'm not the one wearing it, you are. So this is both patterns are by Andrea Mowry. It's kind of awesome. And it is knit in the Art-Filled Grace in the Orchid colorway, which is an MCN on size 3.75 millimeters, which is a US 4.
No, 3.75 is US 5.
Oh, I got that wrong. Oops.
We talked about that in the VKN last night too. Jen was like, every time I try to figure out the conversion, I hear it in your voice.
Yeah, we have most of them memorized.
I have that effect on people.
And this is in my honeybee knits bag that I
was
won.
going to say, you couldn't tell from looking down at it?
And that's got the nice gray on the inside.
Yes.
And this week I have a lot of little Notions pouches, so I made a pouch for every single bag, and this one just happens to be Andrea, the cat lady, which is really cool because it folds over itself. So there's the opening, and it folds over itself, so then...
That's what I was looking for to put my earbuds in.
Yeah. I've got
Keep them in my purse so they don't get tangled in my crap.
I have a Notions pouch in my purse too, but so, yeah, that's what that is. I love it.
No, but I was thinking to myself, I was wandering around the house looking for something for my earbuds, and I couldn't think of what it was, but I knew I had it. That was it. Thank you.
You're welcome. So moving on to knit-alongs, Travel the World by Design and the Brown Bag Sock Club end in 14 days.
Yep.
So get your stuff in. Move it. You can do it.
Now I'm going to have that song stuck in my head. Thanks.
You're welcome. Would you like to do your stash?
Sure. I have stash.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not in the middle of a decrease.
She brought stash, and I handed her stash.
Be thankful I didn't pull the pig in.
Leave the pig alone. We're being stared at by minions and a pig.
Who needs the pig? I can do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I got this lovely package in the mail. And I've been looking forward to this for a little while. It was my treat to myself. It wasn't my first paycheck. I think it was the second one.
Mm-hmm. It was after stitches.
But it was a treat that I bought myself for the job. Like, I got a new job, and when my boss started sitting down and talking about making me longer term, I celebrated by buying myself some earrings.
Yeah. Rachel, I might need the brown and orange. Not that I don't have enough of your yarn already.
So this is from Night Owl Fibers. This is the original one I wanted. And I'm so glad that she had run out of stitches, because if I had bought this in stitches, I wouldn't have ended up buying the other two. So this was the original one I wanted. This is it. That's all I wanted. This is, they're all on her basic sock base. And this is her new colorway for this fall. It's called Pumpkin Spice Latte. It's gorgeous. This is the second skein of yarn that I have called Pumpkin Spice Latte, because I also have New Acres Pumpkin Spice Latte in these scruffy socks.
And you had to buy more because yarn doesn't like to travel alone.
Well, I was looking at her site, and I was about to hit order on this when I saw this, which is boot leather. Hey, they sent a piece of themselves with it.
You sure it's not you?
It wasn't me. I hadn't opened the bag yet.
Oh,
I opened it here.
cool.
It's a piece of Rachel. This one is called Leather Boots. And I love it. I mean, it's the fact that some of the browns are almost purple, and some of them are like orangey, and some of them are like magenta. It's like a whole bunch of different undertones to the brown. It was just calling my name. And then I saw how well the two of them went together. So I started thinking to myself, I never did make my color affection when Sue and Carrie were making theirs, and everybody else on the planet was making theirs. I never did get around to that, and I didn't like the color choices I had originally made anymore. So I was like, if I can find a third skein that goes with those two, and then I saw this.
Yep. Made for each other.
This one is called Rusty Hook. And look at how well these three colorways go together. It doesn't matter how you place them, they all go together. They're all gorgeous, and I love them. So I got 3 skeins of Night Owl Fibers, which will not happen again for a while because this was pricey.
I just don't, I can't buy yarn till Rhinebeck. Why are you doing this to me?
When you get a discount. So I am so happy with them, Rachel. I love them to death. Thank you very much.
And I like this because it's pumpkin spice latte, but it's different than all the other ones.
I like the brown.
Yeah.
I like the spots. And the orange is really speckled. If you see here, it's really speckled on. It's not a kettle dye. Well, the brown part is kettle dyed, but the orange is really speckly, and I love it. And I think the 3 of them are going to look amazing together. And, well, teal. Me and teal. I'm very happy. I actually didn't open the envelope until last night. And then the girls on the weekend were like, no, you got to open that. So I opened it. But I didn't open the inner bag until today. Just look at these colors. I can't cast them on yet. That's why I didn't open them last night. Because I didn't want to be tempted to wind more yarn. I have so many projects going and that need to be started. Because I need to start the Jersey sweater for my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
It's a baby cardigan. I need to start a flax for Master George. I also want to do a flax for my cousin. That one might be pink. Might be. She's not a girl.
Okay, it should be pink.
No, she doesn't like pink.
Oh well.
She likes purple.
Okay.
So I've been, more than happy to make her stuff in purple. The jersey is going to be made out of that white birch that I have in the blue and purple stripes. So she is going to get some purple. It's not all going to be girly. The blanket is definitely not girly. The first sweater I made her was kind of girly because it had lace and picot edging, so it was kind of girly and ruffly. But she's okay with it. She just didn't want a big glut of pink stuff. So I may make a little pink box. We'll see.
What else did you get?
So the other thing I got when I walked in the door.
I like to throw stuff at her.
She does. This one I am super stoked about because I was going to buy this off Sue's stash, but things have happened and all my money went to fixing something that was expensive. So
It's okay, Sue doesn't want money.
So this is from our friend Rachel at Love Knots. Different Rachel. And I've been coveting this colorway since she dyed it. But I didn't get any. Because I've been poor for a while. Now that I'm gainfully employed, hopefully that will
I
end.
decided that it was going to be a D-stash, so.
Yes.
She's like, by the way.
I really, really like that Love Knots yarn.
There you go.
So now I have some Love Knots yarn and I'm happy. This may also end up being a baby sweater, but maybe for Sylvia and Sarah, although they're having a boy, so I'll have to see how they feel about these colors. I don't think they're feminine, but Rob definitely wouldn't put them on a boy.
Yeah, it's the old school, right?
Rob's a little weird with that. He thinks pink and purple are girls' colors, and I can
That's
kind
purple
of agree
the
with him on
guys
pink.
wear all the time.
Yeah.
Your son loves
I
that
mean,
color.
that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Look at those colors. So that might be a Sylvia and Sarah sweater. And then Sue also gave me this sparkly goodness. Look at that. It sparkles. It is Rye Flower Knits. Is Sharon the weight?
Sharon's the yarn.
Okay, so it's Sharon base. There is no colorway it appears, unless Sharon is the colorway. I'm sorry, Sub-Zero is the colorway. Pardon me. 70% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 5% stellina, and it is silver stellina, which makes me happy.
And she's Canadian.
She is Canadian, and it's sparkly blue goodness. So that will be coming home with me today.
Cool.
I brought her a bunch of stuff too, so we never leave each other empty-handed somehow.
That's true.
I brought her tea and calligraphy stuff, so.
Yeah. Oh, calligraphy. I had to send my pen set back.
Oh, how come?
Because one of the, the clip on the pen that you used to, it came off.
Oh.
As I opened the package.
Ooh.
So Amazon is great. I sent it back free of charge, and I will be getting it today.
Wow.
I got Prime. If you ever need anything from Amazon, I have Prime, and they have 1-day shipping.
At Rob's, you can get it shipped the same day. You can get it like 2 hours after you order it, because there's a big depot like right near us.
Well, for 1-day shipping for us is pretty damn good, and I use it quite a bit. So
considering that the closest depot is in Mississauga, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what I got from Rye Flower Knits.
Got that book in yellow. I just realized that.
Is her hazel fingering weight, which is 75 superwash merino, 25 nylon, and it's called, where is it? Octopus Garden.
Ah! You kept the Beetle one? That's a Beatles reference.
Okay, but I didn't like the blue. It's not me.
Beatles reference.
She sent 2 skeins, said do what you wish with it.
And what's special about the Octopus's Garden song? Sue has no clue.
Nope.
Sue's not a Beatles person.
Nope.
It was the only song written entirely by Ringo Starr.
Huh.
The only song they ever recorded that he actually wrote and has writing credit.
So I love her logo.
It's super cute.
And she sent me a progress keeper.
It's a little horsey. Well, it's a little unicorn. Sorry.
Yep. Which I thought was super cute. So thank you very much. Then Lynn brought me this book.
Which I bought, I think I was like 18 when I bought that, so it's old.
So I went into Sarah, which is an art supply store, and there's a couple. I've got a large and a small. I got the mixed media paper because it was thicker and I'm learning.
Yeah, and I'm fairly sure I didn't actually draw in that.
No, it doesn't look like
I did photocopies.
Yeah.
I might have drawn at the beginning of it.
Yeah, but that's fine. And I've got paper. I printed out paper as well. So that's kind of cool. And that's your fault, Shella. Just saying.
Yeah, Shella's sitting there going, not sorry!
Yeah, it's like Scribble's notebook and then the calligraphy stuff. Yeah. And then Lynn gave me Organic Cocoa Boost, guilt-free as charged, which is...
It's David's tea. It's one of the flavors they discontinued, and I bought a whole bunch of it when they discontinued
And
it.
I didn't get to try any. So
And I ended up giving one of those little cans to my brother as well.
Because you're nice.
So now my whole big bunch of tea is now a small bunch of tea, but that's okay because it'll last me forever. I'm discovering that I don't drink nearly as much tea during summer.
No. Like I had my first cup of tea like Thursday.
I've been drinking a lot of tea at work, but I've only just started making tea at home again because it's too hot in my apartment.
So use the glass thing I gave you?
Yeah, cool. And so lately I've been using my sample packs from David's Tea.
Mm-hmm.
This week I had the toasted walnut, which is amazing.
Would it be good for someone who doesn't like walnuts? Or is it really
It doesn't
walnut?
really taste like walnuts.
Okay.
It has
like
a nutty flavor to it, but
okay.
There's pineapple in it. There's coconut in it. There's
Oh.
all kinds of weird stuff in it that you really wouldn't expect, but it doesn't taste like any of those things.
It's just kind of a nice. Like,
It was a
tones.
bizarre flavor combination because it didn't taste like any of the parts, but the combination was really nice. It was a nice mild tea, and then I tried the Fruity Oasis, which was amazeballs. It was like bright purpley red and so fruity and delicious and yummy. Because I keep accumulating the sample packs and I never use them. So I actually brought a box of filters to work, and I've been drinking the sample packs at work. And my boss is always like, what's that smell? It smells so good. It's my tea.
There's somebody at work that I walk by, and she's like, I need to smell. I walk over, and she has her sniff.
Now that Crystal's working in the building, I told her, I said, if you ever need tea, I got like 15 different flavors in my office.
We sort of have a knit group back together from downtown.
Sorta.
Me, Lynn, Crystal, and Selma used to all knit together with other people downtown. So, we'll have to try out that coffee shop we found. I'm only opening this because it's in this section, so you can do on the boob tube.
That's okay. Yes, on the boob tube. I had a VKN. Well, Jen, the Uncreative Crafter, was hosting it last night. And it's the first one I've been to in a really long time. And some of her friends I had not met before. Apparently they're known in our group, but I never met them before. And we had a blast. The after party was insane. Because I got off abruptly at 1 o'clock in the morning when Rob phoned. Because he had just gotten home. But they were still going strong at 1 a.m., which is unusual for us. So I discovered 2 new podcasts last night. One is a Crochet Whovian, who is Laura. And she is Crochet Whovian on Ravelry. She is hilarious. She lives in New York City. As if you couldn't tell from the accent. Because she's from New York. And she said it that way on the VKN last night. And yeah, the accent was pretty unmistakable. And we had a lot of fun last night. So she's super cool. Her podcast is kind of awesome. You should go check it out. The other person, who also happens to have a Ravelry store that sells bags at a really reasonable price.
Etsy? You said
yes.
Ravelry.
Sorry, Etsy.
So why are you telling me that?
You're the one with the bag problem.
Shut up. I was on Annie Pearl's site just before you got here to make sure it was still on. Oh, I almost, there's a few things in my cart right now.
I noticed somebody bought the minis, that would save me.
Yeah.
But the other person, and she also has an Etsy store, so you should go check her out, is Hooked by Happenstance, who is Kendra. And she was also insane and a whole lot of fun. She's got some gorgeous, gorgeous bags, and she sells them dirt cheap. So you should go check out her shop because she's got amazing bags that don't cost a lot. And she's got, it was funny because Laura actually bought one during the weekend last night. She was like, oh, you have an Etsy shop? Let me go check that out. Boink.
One of the things in my cart is actually, it's probably going to go to Selma.
From her shop?
From Annie Pearl.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I found the Crochet Whovian on Ravelry, but I didn't find the other one. She has a Ravelry name, but I haven't gone to look to see if she has a group.
She does. It's She used to be Cutesy Poo. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That goes way
So,
back.
Yeah, and now she calls herself Hooked by Happenstance. So
Okay,
I
know
don't
exactly
remember what
what
her
you mean.
rap name is, but yeah, she used to be Cutesy Poo something or other. Oh,
It's a rabbit.
she's HP Happenstance on
But she
Ravelry
could have
now.
changed it.
But she does have a group.
Yeah, I didn't find it. But
Yeah, it was.
I'll link it.
Because she was Cutesy Poo on the PKN last night, so I was like, it took me a while to figure out what her name was. But we had a really good time. So,
Awesome.
That's what I did last night.
I watched Supernatural and knit on the Bombshell. I made a mistake and ripped all the color work back this morning.
I knit squares on my blanket last night.
The next thing we have is I got contacted by Interweave, who is the new guy we have is Kyle. And he asked if we wanted to review Plum Dandy Knits and Modern Tapestry Crochet. And, I'm going to say no. I'm going to show you this is the PR picture he sent me. Let me just get the...
They'll be in the threads, though.
Yeah, so this is Modern Tapestry.
I can't
Not like that. That hurt. And that is by Alessandra Hayden. And then when he said
Plum Dandy Knits,
I
was
Dandy,
like,
I'm
my God,
all
yes.
over it.
Yes.
All over it.
It is by Alicia Plummer and Melissa Shashwari.
Yeah. And you got the links?
I did.
Okay. And
I've already looked through the books.
He's actually sending a copy for both of us. Of both of them. So those are coming up soon, and I haven't looked through it yet, but I'm seeing...
I have.
And so those are going to be reviewed very soon, but we have some other books we need to do, so maybe next week we should do a review. Mm-hmm. So thank you very much, Kyle. I love it, because he's like, do you wish to review this?
I'm sorry, next week, right? Yes.
I'm going to say no.
I'm not here in 2 weeks. No.
I picked the winners for the Calypso shawl by Melinda, who is the Rye Flower Knits and Yarn, and her design name is she's Venomous Flower on Ravelry. I can spit that out. She's from Edmonton, Alberta.
We won't hold that against her.
No. The prompt was, where would you wear this shawl when you're out and about this fall? And we wanted pictures. Did you see the pictures? You need to look through the pictures.
Okay.
They're flippin' amazing.
I've spent very little time on Ravelry this week.
There's a few pictures where I'm like, can I just teleport myself there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first winner was post number 5, who is DBHCC on Ravelry, and her name is Anna. And she said she would wear the shawl hiking along California, Oregon, and Washington coast.
Nice.
Yeah. And then winner number 2 is our longtime viewer, who is Ivhiha, which is really not a name. It's a bunch of letters put together that she had explained to us one time, who's Yvonne. And she said she would wear her shawl to work, which is in a school, which I can imagine is probably.
Now we're gonna put their pictures in the thread.
Yes.
Sue decided to give a participation trophy.
I'm gonna gift.
She's going to gift the pattern to the person who posted this picture, because she thought the picture was funny. I haven't seen it yet.
Well, it looks like a gourd or a squash, because she's holding it over her head.
Oh, I've seen that picture.
Okay.
So this is our friend Amy, who is the Jasper Patch. So Amy, Sue is going to gift you a copy of the pattern.
Because I just thought that picture
was hilarious.
Awesome, and I want those donuts.
She jokes about how someday she will be able to take a serious finished object picture and look classy and stuff, and we're like, nah, this is way more fun. Look
up the Jasper Patch and look at her photos. They are awesome.
She's hilarious. She's an excellent photographer.
She's done some where she's like standing in the snow.
Yeah, she's I think naturalist has a different connotation, so we're not going to use that word. She's a very outdoorsy person. She lives in the country. She spends a lot of time bird watching and
her pictures are
communing with nature and that sort of thing. She is amazing.
Yeah.
And she used to have a podcast. Sadly, she decided that she did not want to continue with the podcast. But if you go and look for, it was something bird.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of it.
I'll put the name. But if you go and look for the 7 episodes she did do, it's worth it.
Yep.
So that's our friend Amy, and I think I'm going to try and sucker her into meeting me at the pumpkin patch. one of these days
Oh,
because I
that
want
would
to
be
go to the
cool.
pumpkin patch where she is. I also want to do that cranberry box thing she does every year.
Sorry.
It's fun.
Not sorry.
Why are you showing that one? You've already shown that one. Oh, that's the prize.
That's a giveaway.
Right.
That's
Don't mind me.
This week's giveaway
I'm a little bit behind.
is Honeybee Knits. And if you remember last week, I showed the yarn and Lynn took a skein. Did you take a skein?
Yes.
Yes, you did.
I took the one that was like that, but more so.
Yeah.
Overdyed.
So this is the colorway Saved by the Bell. It's 463 yards, 75-25 support.
Maybe you should slow down so you stop tripping over your tongue.
I should. And I put the prompt is, what does this color remind you of? And if you want to put a picture, you can, but it's not mandatory. I know exactly what it reminds me of.
It reminds me of the 80s.
It reminds me of rockets, the popsicles. But yes, it does remind you of the 80s, and it is Saved by the Bell.
Yep.
So you can win this, and we're going to leave it open.
That's a piece of Sue.
Sorry. We're going to leave it open for 2 weeks. So if you're so inclined, she does have a shop. You can go check it out. I will link it in the show notes. So you can win this. It's really soft.
One post per person. Must be a member of the group. No chatter.
Yada yada. The usual. Yep. And now we have coupon codes.
Woohoo!
I'm broke. Save me money.
So Annie Pearl still has her big sale going on. 40% off everything.
There's a lot in there, and I feel like she's added things.
She may have added some bags.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Anyways.
But, well, most of the yarn is gone. All the soft yarn is gone. There's worsted weight left. There's bags. There's stitch markers.
Beautiful bags and markers. And
the stitch markers make such a deal.
Yep.
Such a deal. I feel Jewish. I'm allowed to say that because I am. But before anybody goes, that's offensive. I am Jewish. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, because it's a running gag with most of my Jewish friends. Like, oh, such a deal. Okay.
In that
you have to
accent,
understand.
right?
Yes, you have to understand. I mean, Jewish people do that. So she doesn't have a coupon code. She is making some extra room in her house, getting rid of all the old stuff.
Yeah,
and
everything's already marked down.
You get to take advantage of that. And she's been bringing like big boxes to the post office every week.
And I'm hoping we're helping.
Yes,
because it would be awesome if we are.
So go check out Annie Pearl, P-U-R-L, on Etsy. And,
Ginger Snap That has a 15% off until the end of the year, and it's the word Tangled and the number 15.
Geektastic Fibers, where to put it,
which is the yarn she's doing the test
knit out of. It's gorgeous stuff. Although she has many, many, many other colors, and I've caught my yarn now. That was brilliant.
We have a skein of hers for one of the knit-alongs.
Yes. So, Geektastic Fibers, the one who makes this gorgeous stuff, she's got Harry Potter themes, she's got comic book themes.
She's called Geektastic for a reason.
There's a reason she's called that. So this is the lovely Amanda. I think her last name is Quaid, in Germany. And Geektastic Fibers has 15% off until the end of the year. Totally worth going to check that out. And the code is the number 2, Tangled.
Frog Peak Creation also has 15% off till the end of the year. It's the number 2, the word Tangled, and 2017. Mm-hmm.
I'm not actually going to say
I know you're not, but I'll just be over here anyway.
Not fun with this. Mm-hmm. Bags by Awesome Granny has 10% off ongoing coupon code. We haven't talked to her in a while.
No.
So there's no expiry date to this coupon code. She is another one who makes amazing bags.
Yeah.
Nice, big, huge sweater bags. Mm-hmm. Little teeny bags, all kinds of bags.
She has sets and, yeah.
Yes.
They're awesome.
One of these days I have to get myself a matching set. Mm-hmm. So it's a 10% off ongoing coupon code, and the code is the number 2, TS.
You have a matching
10.
set.
No, I don't.
She sent a large bag with a notions pouch to both of us.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I want to spend like...
Oh, the 3.
Yeah.
Okay, she has the sets of 3. Okay, that makes sense.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy one. One of these days when I'm made of money.
Did you say her code?
I did.
Okay. 6 Munchkin Stitching has 10% off ongoing, and the code is 2 Tangled, all spelled out, and the number 10.
That came out wrong, by the way. Not when I'm made of money, but when I have like disposable income again. Because right now I'm paying off debts from when I was unemployed.
Which just kind of must be an awesome feeling.
Yes, it's so nice. I just get my tongue in the middle of that.
And knowing that you've got Rhinebeck money already.
I have Rhinebeck money.
That's it. So the show notes probably won't be up till a little later because I'm going to throw this up on YouTube, and my husband and I are going over to the daughter's apartment to install an air conditioner while she's on her way home from Toronto.
Well,
Yep. And I'm going to
somebody's spoiled.
and I'm going to measure her windows.
I say that he installed all my appliances for me, so.
Jack of all trades.
He's pretty handy.
It's pretty hot right now, and it's going to be hot for a while, and her apartment is on the side of the sun.
Yeah, we're ironically mid-September. It's been cold since like the beginning of August. Yeah, we're in the middle of a heat wave right now.
Yeah. And
it feels like 35 degrees outside.
Yeah, with her health issues, heat is just not good. And if you don't have blinds or curtains in her bedroom, if they're not dark enough.
I turned on my AC this morning.
Yeah.
It's hot.
Yeah. Ours is on auto, and if it goes on, it's hot. So that's what I'm doing this afternoon. So the show notes I'll put up a bit later.
They'll get there.
No, yeah, you know us, right?
I gotta squish your cashmere. I'm not actually grabbing her leg, I am squishing her yarn.
Well, you did point me to it, so.
I am sort of kicking myself for not checking that bin out, but I didn't have a lot of disposable income that week, so. It's the sort of thing where I'm like, okay, I have this much left.
Priorities.
On yarn. And then it was gone. So I bought minis instead, and I was very happy with my minis, and I'm very happy with the Belgian house that I got on the way out of town.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with my purchases.
You didn't have to spend
Twist
a
is
lot.
coming back next year.
And you didn't have to spend a lot to be happy. Yeah. So we will see you all next week, right?
Yes.
The weekend after you're gone?
Yes, because
Okay.
I'm going to Vermont Cheese Hall.
And I've decided I am not. I am saving no, that's fine. I was leaning towards no anyways. I am saving my money for Rhinebeck.
Well,
unfortunately, Mandy,
when I made the plans to go,
it was a while ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, and when my mom found out I was going to Vermont, she was like, oh, you need to go visit this person and pick this up on the way home. And I was like, okay. So I can't drive like directly back to drop her off.
And you're couch surfing.
I'm couch surfing, and I'm bringing back a large package for a friend, so.
So, Mandy and Michael, I is sorry. I've met the others.
Yeah, because Jen is going to be there. I don't think Jessica's going to be there because it's, technically I shouldn't be there either. I can't remember if it's Yom Kippur or Rosh Hashanah, but one of them is that weekend. So, I think it's Yom Kippur.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I can't remember now. But one of the high holy days is that weekend. So she can't go. I shouldn't be going either, but I'm a bad Jew.
It is what it is. So, see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye. I need the mouse. Where's the mouse? There it is.
It's up there on the floor. Ah!
Oh, it's actually up there with Andrea's cat.
Yeah.
Oh, stop. No.